Hello, everybody. Today I will be doing a movie review on Imaginary. So this is the Imaginary movie review. And before I get started, I wonder if everybody saw the Oscars. Yeah, I saw the Oscars last Sunday, and I was a little pissed off about it. I'm pissed that Lily Gladstone didn't win an Oscar. I'm really pissed about that. And Emma Stone won. And to me, that movie Poor Things was just all over the place. I watched that movie myself, and I didn't even like it. And to me, I was like, why Lily didn't win? Why? But besides that, let me get back to this. Now this movie, Imaginary, is a horror slash mystery film. It's an hour and 44 minutes. And I'm gonna tell you, man, this movie wasn't all that good at all. It wasn't. Especially for a movie that's coming out in March, it's not good. When Jessica moves back into her childhood home with her family, her youngest stepdaughter Alice finds a stuffed bear named Chauncey. As Alice's behavior becomes more and more concerning, Jessica intervenes only to realize that Chauncey is much more than the stuffed toy bear she believed him to be. And the director of this film is Jeff Wallow. I am not a fan of his work at all. I know he came out with the movie Truth or Dare and Fantasy Island. Those two movies were whack. They were terrible. And I mean, the best movie he came out with was Never Back Down, the movie that came out in 2008. Besides that, I think he needs to stop directing horror films and stick to action films only. In Blumhouse, they are really going downhill with their horror movies. They used to be pretty good. I think they're getting too relaxed now, and they know people are going to spend money on the film, so they're putting out trash. And I'm a little upset with Blumhouse right now. Come on, get it together. Now I'm gonna go over some of the cast members. The next cast member is DeWanda Wise. I think she had the best performance in this film, even though this movie was just lame. She had the best performance. She played Jessica in the film. So yeah, she played a great stepmother. She played a great stepmother. And her emotions was right on point with all the scenes. So she really showed her emotions well. And her performance was outstanding to me out of everybody in the film. Then you had Tom Payne. Yeah, Tom Payne from Walking Dead. Yeah, he wasn't in this film a lot. I wanted to see him more in this film, but he wasn't in here a lot, and he played the father in this film. So he did an okay job. Then we have Tegan Burns. She played the daughter, the oldest daughter in this film. She was a spoiled brat in this film, I'll tell you that. She did okay with her part. And it seemed like the chemistry and the bond with the family wasn't really strong in this movie at all. I just noticed that the chemistry was kind of off in this film. Then we have Piper Braun. And for her being so young as a kid actress, she did an amazing job. She reminded me of that girl that played in Poltergeist. Yeah, she reminded me of that young girl that played in Poltergeist. Just they so very similar. Good job to her. Then you have Veronica Falcon, which she gave an average, mediocre performance. But I like her when she played in that series, Queen of the South. That's her. That's She was at her best in that series. But this movie, it's probably the role they gave her. She was just all right. And the next cast member is Betty Buckley. And people that don't know Betty Buckley, she was an actress in the '70s, in the '80s, and she did some singing too. So with this film, I don't think she needed to be in here at all. I don't know why they put her in here. They didn't even utilize her well at all in this film. She played an annoying neighbor that used to babysit the stepmother. So she made the movie kind of drag a little bit, and it's kind of similar to what they did to Ellen Burstyn in The Exorcist Believer. So that movie that came out, The Exorcist Believer, with Ellen Burstyn in it, is kind of similar to this. I'm like, both of those women that need to be in this film at all. They just wanted to bring back the younger actress back in those days, and they want to put them in these films, but they're not utilizing them right at all. If you watch this movie Imaginary, if you it's mixed with Annabelle and Nightmare on Elm Street. If you mix those two together, but to me, Annabelle way better than this. I'll tell you that. But yeah, if you mix Annabelle and Nightmare on Elm Street together, it's kind of like this movie. And a lot of people was comparing this movie to Megan. I'm like, who said that stupid shit? Megan is way better than this movie. I gave Megan a 10 out of 10 when I did a movie review on that. This ain't even close to being like Megan. Megan is way better than this. So yeah, this movie is not all that good. Imaginary is not good. And my dislikes in this film is this movie was very boring. Very boring. I was looking at my phone in the movie theater just so I could just stay awake. I was the only one in the movie theater. I was the only one. There was nobody in there because I go at times where it's not busy. And this movie, it seemed like it took way too long to set up. And with this film, they had a great concept. Don't get me wrong, they had a great concept, but they didn't execute it well at all. It seemed like they had all the right pieces, but they didn't put it together well. They didn't put it together well at all. Now, I want to say something real quick. Now, if I was the director of this film, I wouldn't have, first of all, I would never called it imaginary. I would have just called it Chauncey, Chauncey the Bear, or just called it Chauncey. I would have made it where it was not based on any imagination at all. I would have made it where it was no psychological evil spirits. I would have made this straight slasher movie. You know, like Chucky and all of that. I would have had the bear, with a knife, just going around slashing people. I would have kept it just as simple as that. I would have made this very scary and entertaining, and I would have made it rated R. So that's all it would have been. It would have been, the movie would have been called Chauncey and the bear going around attacking people, just like Chucky. I would have made it just like that. Now you have a new serial killer. So yeah, the bear. So I would have made it just like that. Screw all this damn evil spirit, psychological bullshit, and all this mess. It's like, just make it simple. Because this would have been a great catch, a great movie. I would have been directing this. Yes. In this movie, Imaginary would have been better if it was rated R. They need to stop with this PG-13. Like I said, I don't have no problem with PG-13 movies, but it would have been better if this was rated R. Because it would have made it probably a lot better if it was. And this movie was dull and bland. It was. It was put together very lazy. It's like they just threw something out just to get a money grab. That's all this movie is. And it was very confusing. This movie was very hard to understand, and the storyline was just all over the place. Like I said, I only have a few likes in this film, and they did have a few jump scares that were executed well. I love the creepy visuals. They did have some creepy visuals in here. And another thing is DeWanda Wise's beautiful looks. That kind of kept my attention a little bit. Yeah, she's a pretty lady. Yes, DeWanda Wise. And but I gotta say, the best part of the film was the ending. The ending was the best part. Like the last 15 to 20 minutes of it. It kind of picked up a little bit, which was pretty decent. But that should have been kind of throughout the movie. And to me, it seemed like it took too long. It took too long for them to try to develop the story, which they should have just got right to the point with this film. And this is a type of movie you can just rent at home. I wouldn't even waste my money to go see it, even though I did. But you can just rent this at, wait till it come on the streaming platforms to see the movie. This movie is not worth going to see at the theaters. Now, I'm going to give this film a 3 out of 10. Yes, a 3 out of 10. Like I said, the acting was decent, but the whole overall of the movie was bad. Yeah, so a 3 out of 10. And my next movie review that I'm going to put out is Love Lies Bleeding. I haven't even seen the movie. I'm supposed to see it today, but I'm not going to be able to put it out until probably, today is Thursday, so I ain't going to be able to put it out to probably Sunday or Monday, because I'm going to be busy doing other things. So yes, then after that, I'm going to put out a fitness video next week. So for all my fitness people out there, I'm going to put a fitness video out. Then after that, I'm going to get back to more movie reviews, because 90% of my channel is movie reviews anyway. So yes, I hope you like this movie review. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Leave some comments in the section. And I'm going to see y'all later. I'm going to hit y'all with more movie reviews. All right. Take it easy. All right.